Society has convinced you that these 6 things are normal, but in reality, they're stealing decades of your financial freedom. These 6 things give you a fake sense of success while silently killing your wealth. If you want to escape the rat race and build true wealth, stop buying those 6 things. And the very first thing is status and identity trap. We all felt it, the urge to buy something expensive just to belong, or craft a whole new identity. But if you're trying to get ahead by decorating yourself with symbols, instead of building actual competence, you won't get far. Yes, fake it till you make it, but you're doing it wrong. You should fake the confidence, not the labels. Act bold before you feel it, take on opportunities before you're ready. This is what builds true authority. Let's say you wanted to be a runner. You don't need to get 800 trendy gear before you can even run a mile. That gear is just not gonna do much for you. When you are the expert, people start coming to you. You don't need to chase them by dangling your performative symbols in front of their faces. Buying the aesthetic of a lifestyle before actually living it is a fast track to being broke. Focus on becoming, not appearing. This trap is especially dangerous for younger generations because it exploits your insecurity. And this insecurity leads us directly to the money leak number 2, the trend cycle. Trends are like status symbols, but instead of paying for belonging, you're paying for relevance. Trends are designed to expire. They have to go out of style, so you're forced spending money on keeping up. So what do? You trade your permanent wealth, which actually brings you happiness, fulfillment, and freedom, for a temporary approval from the strangers on the internet. Let's say you're buying a trendy $100 sweater. You naturally think you're saving because it's cheaper, but it wears out or goes out of style in 6 months. Over 3 years, you buy 6 of them, and that is $600. Compare it to the 200 timeless, higher quality sweater that lasts you the same 3 years. You just saved $400. Had you invested that 400 in 3 years, you would have over 500. Now multiply it by every piece of clothes that you buy. 99% of fast fashion ends up in a landfill. It's toxic for your wallet, and it's even more toxic for our planet. The style isn't about following the trends. It's about having a strong sense of who you are and creating a capsule wardrobe for yourself. It's not boring, it's a sign that you have a strong sense of personal style. Curating less, choosing higher quality, and being intentional. But it's not just the race for relevance that drains your wallet. Number 3 is another temporary fix that actually costs you your financial dreams and goals. This might be controversial, but stop over-furnishing your home in your 20s. In this decade, you are mobile. You move for job opportunities or adventures. And the problem is that we anchor ourselves to a location with stuff. Your 10 throw pillows and 20 candles that you got emotionally attached to will not survive your next move. So you overspend on decorating a temporary rental instead of saving and investing to become a home owner, which is a big financial goal and dream for so many of us. By all means, make it feel like home, but don't buy too much clutter that becomes a burden the moment you decide to level up. I would recommend investing in things that separate you from the floor though. A good mattress, chair, pillow, etc. Your spine is one of the most crucial parts of your body, and you need to take care of it, because health is wealth indeed. But if it takes more than one van load to move your life, you have way too much clutter in your living room and not enough freedom. Talking about financial freedom, nothing steals your freedom more than a liability sold to you as an investment. So number 4 is the great investment deception. For the last decade, influencers has been calling designer handbags, high-end watches, and fancy cars investments. Let's be very clear. An asset puts money in your pocket. Unless you're buying one-of-one museum-grade collectible, that luxury item loses 20 to 50% the moment you leave the store. You're buying a depreciating asset and calling it an investment, just to justify a dopamine hit. And I'm not here to shame you for wanting nice things. I want you to have them, but call it for what it is. it is a purchase. So put it under the spending column in your budget, not an asset or investment. If you do want to start investing in your 20s, buy actual assets, stocks, ETFs, index funds. Invest in your own education, career growth, and businesses. Then buy luxury items with the cash flow those assets produce. This is the true flex, when your investments pay for your lifestyle, not your salary. My personal advice here though is, even when the investments start putting money in your bank account, don't rush with luxury purchases. Prioritize things that do have an expiration date. And what I mean by that is, you still will be able to equally enjoy a designer bag or a fancy watch at the age of 40. But backpacking around the world won't be as much fun as it is in your 20s when you're still young and healthy. Once you realize that the true luxury is actually having free time, you'll become much more protective of your focus when the next big thing comes knocking. Therefore, number 5 is the sales trap. It was 50% off, or you've got a free shipping. The logic is, if you're buying it on sale, you're saving. No, if you bought something just because it was half the price, you didn't save $100. You spent $100 that were perfectly safe in your bank account 10 minutes ago. Retailers are experts in making you solve the problem you didn't have. If you lived happily without those sneakers before you've seen the ad, you will live happily ever after without those sneakers when the ad is over. To stop the impulse shopping, use those 3 highly effective rules. The first one, unsubscribe. If they can't reach you, they can't sell it to you. Unfollow influencers who spam you with affiliate links, and clean your email from retailers' newsletters. Second is the 72-hour rule. When you have an urge to buy something, write it down in your notes and wait 72 hours. 90% of the time, the fever breaks. Rule number 3 is having a wants list. If it's not on your pre-written list, you don't buy it. You can also share the list with your friends and family, so their next birthday gift is actually something you wanted. Buying cheap to fulfill an artificial need is a mistake. But the biggest distraction, the one that absolutely wrecks your future, is the one that promises wealth without the work. The last thing you shouldn't buy under any circumstances is the get-rich-quick scams. Our generation is the prime target for online gurus selling their successful success courses and meme stocks. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this: if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Most of those influencers didn't get rich by doing what's inside the course. Most of their wealth came from selling you the course. You will get far more value out of a free library book than any online influencer selling you a course on success. If you do want to take a course, take it from industry leaders and professionals, which you can do for much cheaper than influencer courses thanks to amazing platforms like Coursera. I personally was using Coursera for the last 3 years, and that's how I was learning from places like Google and Yale, which by the way is free for everyone. And not only it was the best learning experience of my life, but it actually helped me advance my career and grow my income. I also recently had the privilege to visit their headquarters here in Toronto, and Coursera has the most amazing people who genuinely care and help you to succeed. So if you want to spend money on education, use platforms like Coursera, use your free library, watch YouTube, go on conferences and events. This will give you far more than any influencer can offer. You need to understand that every overnight success has 7 years of hard work and cringy failures behind it. People get rich by doing the work, not finding a quick fix. True wealth is built through small, repeated steps. It is a commitment to a life you want to live. So what are the steps that actually fund your dream life? It is a simple 4-account system that makes every cent work for you in the most efficient way. I made a detailed video to help you set it up for yourself, so you can be enjoying your life while your money is growing passively. Watch this video right away. Thank you very much for spending your time growing with me today. My name is Anna, and follow my channel to learn more about financial literacy.